Hello, welcome back to school. Salvete omnes. Um, so this is gonna be like an update of what I've been doing for the past several days. Um, or maybe it's been a couple weeks, I don't know. I've basically been doing catch up on Latin homework and trying to get all that stuff done. Uh, it's snowing out really bad right now. Oh, so I don't know. I'm thinking all my plans that I had planned today might be canceled. We'll find out. So, last time I did an update, I had done 18, lesson 18, and I did the quiz and the workbook pages, and it was a huge mess. Translation stuff was wrong, verb stuff was wrong, word order stuff was wrong, parsing was wrong. There's a lot of stuff wrong. So, I redid the whole thing. This is still my original pages that I worked through. So, I did a real deep in-dive thing, if you want to actually go through and see what I got wrong on the first attempt of this. And a lot of this stuff that was wrong was just, I didn't read. There's a bunch of new stuff in the sense of parsing and things that I did not look at or bother reading. So, yeah. And the quiz kind of turned out the same way. This, I think, was the only thing that actually was correct, which is nothing but a table, verb parsing, or verb conjugating. You don't parse verbs. Well, you can parse verbs. This is just a conjugation table. So what I had done was I copied the lesson from my extra book that I have, because you never know when you're going to need a reference copy of your workbooks. So I have a reference copy for my library, in my library, so that if I need to redo something or feel that I need to redo something, I can copy those pages as needed without having to like write in the new book or whatever. So this, I kind of did a skim through, and as far as what I can tell, it looks much better than what I did before. I haven't really gone through and fine-tooth combed the whole thing, but I did feel, for as much as it took forever to do this. Now, I don't even know if I could show you how I did this, because when I copied this off, I did page 1, page 2, and then obviously when you put it like this, it doesn't fold accordingly correctly. So let me see here. Okay, so this is lesson 1. Let's go through this and kind of see here. Let me zoom out on that. So this is page 1. Things seem to have gone better. Teacher and I did look through some of the stuff that I was having issues with, which was a huge help. We've sacrificed a lot of music time for Latin. And we're gonna kind of see how things go, see what I can get done this week, and we'll see if we're gonna do music next week or just continue with Latin. I'm trying to think here. So this was done. Okay, so that was done on the 26th. I think I did a couple pages on the 26th, because I don't see any other dates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did like a couple pages on the 26th, because I think I was on a good thing. I don't know. This was before the concert. let's see. No dates on that one that I see. But yeah, I did all these tables correctly because I know last time I didn't do the tables correctly. And I redid the word order. For this, I just basically looked at the workbook, my first attempt, and just kind of corrected off that. But then when it came to the whatchamacallit, you know what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is done like backwards or something. I don't know. Did I do like 4 pages in one day? Oh my gosh. Where are my dates? Oh, there's a date up here. Okay, page 4 I did on December 3rd. This page 3. Let's see, I don't see a date. Yeah, I don't see a date on page 3. So I must have done page 1, 2, and 3 on whatever date this is. The 26th. And then page 4 I did on the 3rd of December. Which is pretty much translation and parsing stuff. Which I could go without that, but it's par for the course, I guess. And then on the 4th, it looks like I did page 5. Maybe I did 5 and 6 on the 4th. Get my arm out of there. Oh, that's the last page. Okay. Well, yippee. Yeah, I think things were better when I redid all these pages. So this is the homework. Somewhere around here I have the quiz, which we're gonna need that again when we look at 19. Is that? Okay, so this is lesson 18. So this is the first time I did it. A lot of vocabulary stuff. I don't know. There's a couple of vocabulary stuff that's wrong. And then, of course, these wonky things. I mean, tables I get right correct because I'm just really good at tables. This thing, there's a whole bunch of errors because I didn't know how to do it. Back page, I think was decently good. But, maybe not. I didn't want to let myself move on because there was this and, all the errors in the other book. Let's see. Okay, so this is the one that I just did today. Like, literally today. So we went through, we marked it up, and I got all the vocabulary correct. I think this is the one I got, like, a perfect score on. I got a Latin phrase. I have to still mark that up there. But, yeah, I need to... Well, yeah, I got everything correct, plus my bonus points. So this would be like a perfect test or quiz. I think now that I know how to do that parsing thing for some of this stuff, it really did help. And then we did go through the grammar questions and things like that. So I was able to kind of get a better handle on that and have that part understood. So this quiz being completed can go in here. So that was chapter 18, which that was a redo. Okay, so now we're going to look at chapter 19. Chapter 19 dealt with numbers, and this text only covers 1 to 10, but Magister, when he was teaching me numbers, he like went all the way up to like 1,000 or something. So yeah. But I was thinking, okay, if I can at least learn the numbers 1 to 10 really well, and kind of get the concept of the noun function of them, it should be okay. So, and this one I don't think I have yet marked either. So this I started on the 4th also. So I must have been busy on the 4th. So yeah, you have to write in the Roman numerals and then write out all the words. And then some of these, like this whole lot here, I just looked them up in the back of the work. I've got the answer. Well, yeah, I've got the answer key, but I've got grammar questions in the back of the workbook with the answers. So I tried to look through those. But again, this section was just a bunch of stuff that I just didn't understand. And that was stuff teacher and I went through. Let's see, page 2. This lesson took me a while to go through. Okay, so that's the 5th that I worked on this, which I don't know why. Some of these lessons take forever for me to complete. Oh, I should probably fill that in, shouldn't I? I don't know how I skipped one. I totally skipped one. Wow. Good thing we're not marking these in the sense of completion or not. I would say this is completed. This one, oh, I was going to do this on the 6th. Well, I didn't get it done on the 6th because I was trying to understand. Okay. They have here. They had SP1. SP3. And I'm looking through here and I'm looking back. They've got SP4. But yet they've got exercise B, exercise A. And I'm thinking, what the heck is this SP stuff? I literally spent a whole day looking through the textbook, looking through the teacher's manuals, looking through the answer keys, looking through whatever resources I had that came with all this stuff. I could not figure out what SP was. So I was watching the video and I thought maybe there's something in the video that would talk about it. And when she started talking about sentence patterns, it clicked. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Sentence patterns. So future reference, SP stands for sentence pattern. I'm surprised they don't have that marked in the teacher's manual or anything. But yeah, I was a little frustrated because I wanted to know what SP was. Because obviously, if it wasn't that important, they would have mentioned it. Anything in the instructions? It says translation exercises. So, and this says parse, translate, and all that good stuff. So yeah, it doesn't say anything about the sentence patterns, which I'm kind of shocked. I don't know why. My printer is doing weird noises. I don't know. I'm not printing anything, I promise. So, yeah, that's what SP meant. It sounds like it's gonna print. I have no clue what it's doing. We're just making a bunch of noise. Huh. Is it like cleaning the heads of the printing thing? It's not done yet. It's still not done yet. I thought it was done. I have no clue what it's doing. It'd be nice if it did this when I was sleeping. Nope, it's just gonna do it right here in the morning. I don't know what it's doing. I guess we just have to ignore it. I think it's done. Okay. Back to this. So yeah, SP means sentence patterns. So that's kind of like a note if anyone is wondering what all that stuff is about. So sentence patterns, I spent a day figuring out what that was, trying to figure out what that was. I mean, I even had people who know nothing about Latin trying to help me figure out what this SP was, and they're like, oh, I don't know. But yeah. This page I did on the 9th. So, again, I should probably go through this and actually mark it, like, correct it, but I just want to kind of get this up, in the sense of an update. These things, we spent a day, for sure, at least a good 2 days. I mean, class sessions. We're figuring these things out because I have had issues with these, and Magister didn't fully understand them. I didn't understand them. I mean, in other units or lessons when this stuff came up, I literally just looked in the answer key and just copied because I had no clue what the heck to do. They are in the back of the book. I mean, there's a lot of I'm gonna do a review on this whole course when I'm done, and yeah. There's just stuff that I really don't like how it's laid out, especially when it comes to some of these nitpicky grammar type stuff. But they had all the explanations in the back of the book, and they're not very well labeled. They're difficult to find. They don't I don't know. There's just all kinds of wonky stuff that I don't like about some of the stuff that they've got going on. But the funny thing is, when I was working through these, because Teacher and I had gone through these in class, not these exact ones, but gone through the assorted patterns. Well, I think that's most of them. We'd gone through patterns on the board, working out stuff, trying to understand what the heck is going on. When I was working through these, I actually did understand what was going on. Because from what it sounds like, there is a specific order when filling these things out. The subject's always going to fall into place. There's always going to be a specific way you're going to write the adverbs or adjectives. There's always going to be this wonky line for the prepositional adjective and the prepositional nominative. You're always going to have that cross between your subject and your participle. There is specific notation for the I can't speak, the different parts of speech. From what I've been learning watching YouTube stuff. So yeah, I actually did find a couple books on the topic, so I bought them off of Amazon just for supplemental help with that, and just for additional practice. So this page, I think I spent 2 days on. Yeah, because I fell asleep. So this part here was done on the 10th, 9th, and the 10th. So what happened was I started filling this part out, and then I fell asleep because it dealt with verbs, and I hadn't done verbs in forever, and I was just like, I'm done. So, I did this morning, and then I did this declension this morning too, so that's all done. Which declension, obviously it's a chart, so that sticks nicely in my brain. But all of this stuff, we haven't gone through verbs in a long time, and I know Magister has said we haven't gone through verbs in a long time, so I'm hoping, well, we are kind of going through the tenses. Right now we're going through the tenses, so I'm sure when we finish those up, it will help better with getting this stuff back in the forefront of my brain, because they're starting to slip, which is not good. This is going to be done once I get everything else done, and that's chapter 20, which is a grand review for the whole unit, which is dealing with just first declension, second declension, adjectives, nouns, and numbers. This is a quiz for chapter lesson 19, which dealt with the numbers. Overall, I think it was okay. I wouldn't say it's my best, but it's okay. It doesn't warrant like any redos or anything. I mean, as far as the vocabulary, I missed quinque. I wrote down quintus. Yeah, so quinque was wrong, and the other one was septus or sextus was wrong. I wrote down like sextitus or six. I don't even know what I wrote. Either way, I wrote it wrong. And yeah, we're just gonna let that be. Teacher was kind of helping with administering this. He was reading things, and he's like, well, I says, well, can I at least take off half points? Like, no, you're taking off the whole point. You got the word wrong. It's like, darn it. So, yeah. I mean, he kind of has a point there. He has a point. So, the Latin phrase or whatever, I got that correct. Yay. What are these? The grammar questions, I got all of these correct. And we did, as a note, we did do the unit, oral test already, which was a huge help. And then teacher and I, we did kind of a pre-oral test to kind of see what I knew. And that was nice because we were able to kind of clarify some of that grammar question stuff that I just didn't understand. So, I think they're starting to make more sense, these grammar questions. Tables, perfect. Marks on the tables. And then translation. I think I got the translations correct. I don't see any marks on it, so I think I got the translation correct. Bonus points, I got 18 points on the bonus. I think there was like 20 or 19 or something. The real big mess ups that I had in the bonus section was dealing with the verbs. I got the tense wrong, and because I got the tense wrong, I got the translation wrong. And because I got that translation wrong, I got half of the final translation wrong. So yeah, and apparently I totally forgot what whatever this word is, perturbaverunt is. I wrote down annoyed because I was just getting annoyed. But yeah. So I'm not gonna redo this. I'm gonna see what I can do as far as review work for the whatchamacallit, for the verbs and stuff, because I do need to review the verbs. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Oh, the oral portion. Maybe, should I do the oral portion? Why don't I wait? We did the oral portion. I'm trying to get this page in here. And it's not going in. Okay, we're gonna go this way. It's gotta be one hole that didn't go in. We did the oral portion of the quiz here, somewhere around here. I'm not gonna, I think I'm gonna wait until I've actually done the written quiz, and then, or the written test, and then I'll just go through all that together. But that pretty much concludes, what I've been working on, which I think now that we got all of that done, because all of this is in the back of my chapter 7 assignments. It's that's the answer key. Could probably put that back up on the shelf because I won't be needing those books for a while. Where is my chapter 7 assignment? Okay, so this. So I wanted to get all the form stuff done just to get that done. There's a lot of parts on that. Okay, so as far as the homework for 7, I did part A. I still need to run through the ordinal numbers because I haven't done through the ordinal numbers. And I think that'll just be good practice. I'm not going to go through the cardinal numbers again. But yeah, I'm just going to go through the ordinal numbers maybe later before we start I might just go through those again and just kind of see how they work, at least like counting. I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole. I still need to write out these numbers and Roman numerals. This is all the stuff I just did. All of that. So that's done. This is, I think this is a redo translation. Let's see. Yeah, that's a redo translation. So this is from chapter 6. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of verb stuff that was wrong with this. Yeah, he says redo it because there's a lot of verb stuff that was wrong. And this thing, this is supplemental grammar, genitive case stuff that I had requested, and it's still not done. So I want to get this done. This is already done, so I don't need to worry about this because this is just everything that I needed more or less to look at. And this is kind of what I'll be doing once all of this other stuff is done, which will be a nice break because, to be honest, I don't really care for just straight up translation work. And a couple times Manchester has actually recommended, hey, why don't you parse your sentences before you translate them? It's like, I don't like parsing. But we'll see how that works. But this I'm going to do after all this translation stuff is done. And then continuing just some other odds and ends. Making sure assignments are completed. I've got these readings I want to go through from Greeno's Latin. I want to read through those, which does a lot. But I think that would be a nice review. And then all this other stuff is basically like, hey, review your chapter lessons and vocabulary and whatever. I'm thinking just for giggles, I'm actually going to upload a Lipsy translation because I need something different to do. And I haven't done Lipsy since, I think, August. So I'm going to upload another section from Lipsy just to kind of give myself something different to do than just whatever all this other stuff is. So, and this is kind of like, I wouldn't really call it fun, but it's kind of fun. I mean, it's more fun than this translation stuff. But, yeah. So, that's kind of where things are at with Latin. I need to do an update. I keep telling you guys I need to do an update. I'm not going to have time to update. This is just a Latin update. We're going to leave this as a Latin update. I have a bunch of stuff that I've got to do. I think now that this, for the most part, is done, I'm going to put it up on the shelf. And try to kind of clear off my desk so that I can have a little bit more free space to work. I've got choir music I still have to put away, which has not been put away yet. So I have to put all that stuff away. I need to clear off my desk so I have a place to work. And then I can hopefully get the rest of this other stuff done. So that is pretty much what we have going on for Latin right now. So I think that covers up from pretty much from the November 26th to now, the 10th of December. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna let that be. I'm just gonna say Valenti. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, ring the notification bell for all notifications.